I know lots of people are affected with the weather lately. We had a lot of bad wind, but we're fortunate. And actually, I asked my husband yesterday, I don't think we got, if we got any rain, it wasn't very much, but it was just the wind was ferocious. But hey, Joan and Dorothy, Yvonne, how are you guys today? I'm doing great, Debbie. Thank you for being here. Let me do a couple of housekeeping things, and then we will get started. Hey, Isabel. I haven't used the wrong finger. I've got my got a Band-Aid on my thumb that wasn't wanting to listen. Okay, let me get YouTube going now, and then we'll get started. So how is everybody? I'm sure there's people out there that have family that's been affected. I mean, we're down, we're probably, I don't know, 2.5 hours away from where all the bad things in Kentucky happened. And I know there's people all along the path that got affected. I know my daughter, she lives in Arkansas, and it hit there in the region where they had just moved from. So, and that Jonesboro area, actually I think it was a little bit northeast of there, but they've had 2 really big tornadoes recently. I tell you, it just keeps happening. Hey, Donna and Barbara, how are you? And Diane and Janet and Ruth over on YouTube, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. So, all right, so like I said, you may have already seen these, but I've just started using these this last week. I've had these peonies since all my winter and Christmas supplies came in, and I just thought they were just gorgeous, but I've just never had the occasion to use them. And we're going to do that today. But if you could see, it has some ice, some frosting and sparkly to it. And then I also like it that it has this little bud that also is frosted and kind of sparkly. And then it has a little hint of some snow or ice on the leaves. It's just a gorgeous stem, and we're going to be using that. I also have this is actually a door swag that I've got. I stapled it to a board just to make it a little bit more stable. And I put some footies on here, some felt footies, so that the customer's table wouldn't get scratched. I always like to do that. I always try to think that, I don't want my customers to have any bad vibes from my projects, okay? I want them to feel safe from buying from me, but so I always try to think of that stuff, which I'm not perfect, it's not 100%, but so far, knock on wood, I've not had any issues that I know of. I did go ahead and fluff this just a little bit. I left a channel down through the middle here because that's where we're going to be putting the bulk of the goodies. Now, I told you it's going to be with a twist, okay? And I've had this design in my head for weeks. We're going to be putting some blueberries with it. I think these two just pair so beautifully. The blueberries kind of bring in a little bit of a rustic nature to it. And I have used these blueberries in other designs. I'd made a Christmas wreath that it was like the Jesus, or the reason for the season or something like that was the sign. But anyway, these are the same blueberries, and I'm going to pair them with this white peony this time. Okay, and then I've got some pine cones. I also have some frosted boxwood, again, that is a little bit sparkly. And I'm making this, now this project, it can work for Christmas, but it's mainly going to be for winter. I think it's something that should be able to be carried through the winter months. But as I said, this has the frosting on it and a little bit of a glitter. And then what else? Oh, I don't know if I'm going to use this. I ordered these and I have not yet to use them. It's called a bubble and glitter cedar spray. I haven't used them yet, I don't think, but I need to put these to use if we can today. So that's what I've got going. So, oh, thank you, Janet. Thank you. Like it already. Good, good. Hey, Joanne and Sandra and Ziola, Carol. Hey Terry, how are you? And there's Beverly. All right, let's get started. I'm going to drop you guys down. And this is a little bit more of a flat arrangement than what we used on, or what we made on Friday. So I'm hoping that this view is going to be a little bit better. I hope. It's just hard to show you what I'm doing on arrangements, I think. But anyway, so let's see. I think the first thing I want to do, I want to space out and decide where I'm going to put my peonies. And what I had in mind, I don't know if I'm going to put the bud in here with it yet. Actually, let me back up just a little bit. Well, go forward. Trying to make it to where you guys can see the best without knocking too much over. And that was one reason I was a little bit later than what I thought I was going to be. I dumped over my drink all over the floor and everything right before I went live. Okay, all right, let's zoom in here. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully you guys will get a good view of this. I'll go forward. All right, so anyway, I don't know if I'm going to leave my buds with it just yet. I might place those independently, but here's what I had in mind. And I don't want to have a bow, but I'm kind of wanting these facing the opposite way, kind of almost like kissing there. And then we'll bring the other one down here. Again, I don't know about the buds. I think I'm probably going to put them in separately, is my feeling. I'm thinking I'm going to put it about like this. Right here's my center. Might even put those a little closer together. Okay, let me look and see what else I've got here. I want to plan this out in my mind. This is a part of that blueberry spray. It all came together. I've just kind of torn it up and separated it out. But it has some of these bigger berries too, like humongous. And that's what I'm thinking. I'll put those guys right here in the center. I think that's going to work. Okay, we got a plan. Do you guys map out your projects like this, like I do? I just kind of have to have something in mind. I'm going to go ahead and leave them like there. No, I'm not. I don't need to. I am going to put these two here, though. And I believe I'm going to go ahead and cut these, buds off. And we'll still use them. I'm going to try and cut these about the same length. Let's put them just about like this. I just noticed I'm missing some leaves on my other one, but we'll save these leaves because I really like those. They're nice and snowy looking. Let me see. Right here, I've already marked my center. Maybe a little bit closer in. All right, let me get my berries again. I just want to make sure they're spaced right. Okay, I like that. All right, so I'm going to put my finger here so I don't lose my spot. And I'm going to drop this in my glue over here off to the side. I'll just drop that right in there like that. And I am going to take one of my branches and I'm going to wrap that around there just so it gives it a little bit of extra security. Okay. So who all's been out Christmas shopping today? I almost got motivated to do it. Well, I'm almost done. I don't have too much left to do, but actually I'm going to pull these leaves off because they're not wanting to go down in there the way I wanted it. But I almost talked myself into going to finish up today, but then I thought probably everybody else has the same idea. And I don't know, I'm just not much for crowds anymore. I'm trying to get these to where they're equally spaced width-wise also. Okay, so one's not hanging over way over compared to the other. So I think I like that. Okay, now let's get our other ones. And again, I'm going to trim these off, and we'll just place those buds by themselves later. Okay. Liz says she ran to a store. I bet you were like taking your life in your own hands, Liz. I just don't like to shop like that. It seems like people are grumpy. In fact, one time I was at Walmart here. This is back like year before last, I think. It was before COVID, I remember that. But I actually saw like a fist fight in the produce aisle. I was like, are you crazy? I was trying to get out of there before I got hurt. All right, I'm going to space these out too. Let's see. So this is right at the edge of my, the bottom of the peony is right at the edge of the board. So I'm looking for my board over here. I'm thinking, it's going to stand back and look at it. That's the thing with when you're making things, sometimes you're right on top of it. It's really hard to see what you're doing. Hard to realize mistakes in that. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? I'm going to cut off part of the stem because we don't need near that long. Okay. All right, and I want that to come right here, right at the edge of that board. I'm going to turn my leaves so that they're facing the right direction. Or not. I don't know if they're going to cooperate. All right, they're not going to cooperate, so we'll put those in separately. Trim off this nub here. Find the end of my board again. Okay. And I want this is going to be a table arrangement that's kind of low lying. I don't want it, you know, I want it to where people can converse across the table. Get in there. All right, I'm going to have to shorten up that stem just a little bit. It's too thick to get it where I want it. There. I almost didn't fit that time. All right, and again, I want to take one of these branches and wrap it around there. And I'll come back after I'm completely confident in the placement. I'll come back in here and I will, you know, put some hot glue over those spots, okay? Just to make it a little bit more secure. Okay, and this one. I think I came in a little bit more than on the corner there. Okay. All right, let's. The only thing about these peonies, the wire is not all that great in it, and that's another reason I'm using these branches where I can kind of, you know, place them where I want them. All right, let's a little bit closer. Just a little bit closer. All right, stand back. I think we're good. Again, it does not have to be perfect, but this is what I have. Yeah, I couldn't see who asked the question, but yes, I use a staple gun and attach just these little branches here. I just staple those to the wood. All right, so I like this placement. I'm going to go ahead and glue those evergreen ties that I told you that I was putting around the peony heads. So I don't want somebody to grab this and be able to pull it out real easily. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and we'll add those big blueberry heads here. And I noticed this one is not in there really good. It's kind of extruded from the others. Let me look at this one. Yeah, they're supposed to be placed pretty close together. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take some floral tape and just secure that a little bit better. And thank you guys. When especially when I'm doing an arrangement and such, I don't look up too much. With a wreath, it's a little bit easier. But I appreciate you guys answering each other's questions. I really do, if you know the answer. And I'll always try to go back after I get done and revisit things and see if I missed any questions. Actually, I'm going to tear this off. It's kind of awkward getting that in there. Just wrapping that around. And floral tape is not sticky until you pull on it, and then it gets sticky and sticks to itself. All right, and I'm going to wrap this wire part of it around too, just to give it a little bit more security. Okay. All right, so now it's good as new, if you can see that. Okay. All right, like I said, I wanted these larger berries to be the one here to fill this gap. I do want to come in here and fluff all these greens. Oh no, I keep freezing. Is anybody else freezing? Walmart was crazy today. Yeah, I know. I don't know why people, and these poor workers this year, you know, like at my grocery store, I was talking the other day, people are so mean. It's like, you know, they are trying to do the best job they can with skeleton staffs. I remember working as a floor nurse, you know, sometimes like that, and it was terrible. All right, I'm just going to put that one there, just like what we did with the, you know, trying to place out our peonies. Make sure I'm happy with where I've got it. Let's bring the other one in now too. We'll fluff it also. Just give all this a little bit of a shake. Oh no, I wonder why it keeps freezing. I'm sorry about that. I'm not freezing on my end, so I'm not sure. Okay, okay, and then Laura says she's good, and Donna's good, Nancy's good. Okay, thank you guys for letting me know that. So if it keeps on freezing, and not for others, I mean, like I said, I've not been freezing on my end. You may want to go out and come back in. Sometimes that's enough to help it. All right, and of course, I'm not going to have these peonies covered. We'll make sure that those are getting their due justice here. All right, I think that looks good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, instead of dropping this in my glue, I'm going to go ahead and place this, wrap some of the evergreen around it, and then I'll come in here and I'll glue it. So I'm afraid if I do it otherwise, I'm going to drag that glue all through the arrangement, and that's not going to be good. All right, and some of these I can just take them and tie them to another. I thought I could this one, but I guess not. I thought I had one. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, there we go. Like I said, I've been wanting to make this for so long. I don't know why I was waiting. It just always seemed like there was something else to do, you know? All right, I'm not gonna do the glue until I get my other piece in here because I don't want to stick my hands in it, in the hot glue. Is that going to be back far enough? Let me see. Okay, I think we're good. I thought I might have had it too far over, but I don't think so. I think it looks good. All right, same thing. I'm going to find some evergreen and we're going to wrap that around it. Sometimes that is easier said than done, though. There it is. Just couldn't find one. I'm just wrapping it in two places here, making sure that I get it to where, you know, where there's a Y in the branches to make sure that somebody can't just grab it and pull. And the other side, I'm just wrapping. All right, and we'll make sure those eucalyptus. Am I missing another eucalyptus? I guess this one just had 2. That's okay. Well, this one does too, I guess. I just want to make sure that all the elements are dispersed so everything's not just clumped in there together. All right, now let's go ahead and hot glue it. Okay. All right, I've got a stem that's pretty long over here. I want this to come down here. Hang on, I'm not done rearranging. Put that down there. Okay, all right, I think we're good now. All right, so that's what we have so far. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Christine. How are you guys? Okay. I still feel like this one peony here is not up the way. There we go. I think that's better. All right, now I've got some other greenery as I showed you. I've got, well, and actually I still have these other blueberries. We've got the buds. I think I want to put the other blueberries in first. I'll go ahead and fluff this just like we did the other. So what do you guys think? You guys think this would work for a winter arrangement? I just didn't want, with the sparkle, I was trying to stay away from it looking too Christmassy. But I think it will. That's what I had in my mind, anyway. All right, so we got that there. Let me go ahead and place this other one. Do you think it'll work for winter? It makes me think of winter, but it also makes me, I don't know, it kind of makes me happy and smile, too. Just the colors in it, I think. Probably think, what a dork she's... But I do. Sometimes you just look at things and they make you smile, and this is one of those things. I don't know. I'm just not liking this peony right here. I might have to move him. I feel like it's down too tight. Okay, I think we're good there. So now I'm going to find some evergreen again. Just wrap it around this. And the wrapping it around also, it serves a couple of purposes. Number one, to secure the, my pieces, but then two, it helps to incorporate the evergreen into the rest of the design where it, you know, the base that I use, so everything doesn't look like it's just laying right on top. Oh, Donna says she's tired of snowmen, ready for lilacs. It'll definitely work through winter. Okay, thank you, you guys. I was hoping I wasn't thinking crazy. Yeah, I am too, Donna. I don't know. And I always try to decorate real early for Christmas, but this year I just kind of, I don't know, I missed the mark for sure. And you know, I had my daughter's wedding shower I was getting ready for and such that took priority, and so I didn't get to finish my Christmas decor. I started, I got a bunch of it done, but I just don't even want to finish it now. I got to, but I don't want to. But that's why I decorate so early, is because I know by the time it, you know, Christmas rolls around, us makers, we're tired of it. All right, I'm trying to find some greens down here. There we go. Trying to find some greens to attach this other piece with, and it wasn't finding them, but now I've got some. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and we'll put our hot glue down. And I'm going to make a decision on this peony. Like I said, I feel like I need to reposition it just a little bit. Where did I attach that? There it is. And I'm just squirting there where the evergreen hits the stem, and that once the hot glue hits that evergreen, I mean, it just really melts around the stem, and so it's usually very secure. Okay. All right, so that's what we have so far. Like I said, I'm still thinking about moving this guy right here and bringing him out just a little bit. Actually, let me look at that right now. I glued it, so it might be kind of tough, but ooh, and I just stuck my finger in that hot glue. All right. Let's see. I was just saying Friday, I wish I could go through one live and not injure myself. All right, let me see how I feel like it needs to come out just a little bit where it's a little bit more free. All right, there we go. Phew. There, I like that a lot better. What I meant was it was just down there to where I felt like it wasn't able to breathe. I like for all my florals to be, kind of have their own space and, you know, kind of be free-flowing, not plastered. There we go. Not plastered down there. I felt like it was just in too tight. So now I'm happy. All right, now we got the blueberries in. Okay, hey Pauletta. Now let's decide where we're going to put these other blossoms. And these have a fair amount of greenery on them. I should have 4 of them. Let me think about it. Let's bring these. I feel like I'm needing something here in the center. Keep on scooting all over the place. Actually, let's bring these guys up a little bit more. Okay. All right, now, let's see. Let me trim off some of these. That stem is really thick. Gosh. Let me go ahead and trim all these off, and then we'll place them. Again, I'm saving all my leaves though, so I might need that greenery. All right, there's 1, 2, we need 3, 4. Okay. All right, so like I said, we have the four buds. I know for sure I want one down here. Maybe like right in that area. We're just placing. And then I'd come over here opposite and put one over here. And then maybe right like that, I believe. I'll bring my berries up so they're not hidden though. I think that works. Yes. Okay. All right. So I've got a plan. Let's see where I'm just gonna look and see where I'm gonna insert this, where it lands where I want it to be. I think right about right there. Hopefully there's a good place to stick it here. Where it's going to bend the right way also. I like that. Now if I can get the other one to match it. Not necessarily match it, but to complement it, I should say. I want it more this way. Okay, I like that. Let me see if I can get it. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find a place to stick it, because these, the blossoms, they are not wired. So I'm kind of dependent on gravity here. Just want to make sure that I've got some place where it's going to stay. A little taller. Squirt some glue in there. And then I'm going to wrap a evergreen tie if I can find one, which I just did. Keep it right where I want it. Yeah, I got it the height I want. I want it pointing this way though. Okay. All right, that's good. I'll come back after that glue sets and then I'll place my berries because I don't want those hidden. Okay. All right, now let's get these guys in down here. Find a nice place for them. Okay, I do like that there. Hot glue. Now I'm going to find another branch. Okay. All right, now I'm going to come over on this side with the other one. Not sure I liked where that one's sitting. Okay, where's my other blossom? Oh, here it is. I'll bring that one down here. That one's going to cooperate a little better. I got a good spot to stick it. Okay. All right, so that's what we have so far. Okay. I want this guy to be over here just a little bit more. Okay, can you see? All right. Like I said, once the glue dries, then I'll come back here and we'll reposition those berries, the big berries right here in the center. All right, now let's see what else. Move some of this stuff out of the way. I've got these, what are they called? Bubble and glitter cedar sprays. Thinking about bringing some of these in, but before I do that, I think I want to put in a little bit of this boxwood. Okay, just to bring in another element and a little bit of whiteness over here in the periphery of the greenery. Okay, and I'm not sure if I need that long of a stem. We'll go ahead and clip all these off, and then I think I'll probably trim them in half. I don't know, they actually, when I trim them off, they don't look all that long, so we might be able to keep them just like they are, at least some of them. Okay, bring this back in here. Oh yeah, that's going to be really pretty. All right, so I'm just going to start placing this, like I said, just to intersperse this through the greenery, especially down here in the dark areas. I want those blueberries to be visualized, and to do that, we'll bring in a little bit of a background, this white background, that'll help make it pop. Okay, so drop that down in the glue. We'll start out down on the bottom. So you don't want to just put all your things all on the top. You want it all interspersed, just like it is in nature. Big glue string there. Okay, so I've got two on the bottom here. I'm going to come in here on the top and make sure I can get it in there far enough. Okay, and then I think I probably will cut some of those. I think I want some shorter branches here on the side. Unless I can get it to place. Let me see. No, I don't know. I think we can. We'll go ahead with. Now, if you hadn't noticed, this is my transition point right here. And you know, everything on this side goes one direction, everything on the other side goes that direction. Just like on a wreath, if we would have you know, a bow, you want the same thing. It's so pretty, so pretty, pretty. All right, I'm going to come over on the other side here. Actually, I'm going to turn it so I can see where I'm placing it over here. I'm going to go ahead and fix these blueberries where they're visible now. I assume these are blueberries. I don't know. They look almost like a pod or something. I want that to go over there. I may have to come back and reposition these. I'm not real fond of the way this one is lying. But let's go ahead and work with the boxwood for right now. Okay, and since I've got it turned this way, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on this other end down here. Go on either side and then in the middle. And one more in the middle there. And one on the side over here, just like we did on the other. And I'll show that. I'll turn this around here in a second to show you what I've done. I'm going to trim off the ends off of this one branch is just a little bit too long. Okay. So I put it on either end, and then I put a couple of pieces right here in the center. Now I'm going to come up here, up in the middle, and this is where I think I might have to have some smaller ones. I don't know, maybe not. I kind of like that, just like that. Before I do that, I want to fix this flower though. I just feel like it's not positioned right where I want it. I want him right about right there. I have to shorten up the stem. There, I like that better. Let that dry. Okay, now I'm going to bring another one of these over here. For everything I'm doing on one side, I'm trying to come back and do the other, you know, the same thing on the other side. It doesn't have to be exact, but just checking to make sure that my length's going to be about right. I think that looks good. All right, so that's what we have so far. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Lucy and Gary. Oh, thank you, Amy. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, I'll come back and put a little bit more boxwood here on the sides, but I want to do something more here in the center. My berries are not wanting to cooperate. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trim them off of this stem. We're going to make them do what we want. I want them to be actually the centerpiece is what I'm wanting, but I just can't get them to lie right. Seems to be the theme for this. Nothing's wanting to stay where I want it. Okay. I want them right here, right in the center. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a steel pick on these. The tape is failing on this brand, these two, just like it was on the other. So I'm going to put a steel pick on here. That's going to give me a little bit of length also, which I need. Now let me see here. Just go right in here. There. Okay, I've got it right where I want it. I'm not going to move it. I'm going to just stick some glue over the top of it. Okay. All right, now let's get our other one in here. And same thing, I'm going to need a little bit more height. So I'm going to put a pick on this one as well. Find a place to stick it now. I'm going to run it out of room here in the middle. There we go. That will work. Okay, I like it. All right, let's let that dry. Okay, now I've still got several. You know what, I also forgot about our pine cones here. We had the pine cones that we were going to stick in there, but I'm not sure it needs it. Should have thought of that sooner. It would have filled in a lot of this space right here if we've been working to fill. I don't think so. I'm going to leave out the pine cones. Now, we do have this. I think I'm going to try this. These bubble, what is it? Keep on forgetting what it's called. Bubble and glitter cedar spray. I think I'm going to try a little bit of this. Break it up into little sections. We don't want to put it in just like this. It's all kind of melded down together here. I'll make just little pieces of it. You guys doing okay out there? Is it quit freezing for you? This is all glued together here. Okay. Got another one here somewhere. There it is. Oh, thank you, Beth. Thank you. Yeah, I've had this all season too. I've never used it either. Today's going to be the day. I don't think. I might have, when I say that out loud, I might have used it in an arrangement back in the very first part of the season, if I remember right. Maybe. I might be lying to you too. I don't remember. Okay. All right, so let's just work on sprinkling this around. Like I said, I think it's going to lighten up and make it to where these blueberry sprigs are a little bit more visible. Tell you what, I might have it cut too big though. It looks like a little goes a long way on this. You just kind of play around with it here. I like that there. Trying to find a comparable piece. I think this will work. Maybe bring it right under here. I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to dip this in the glue here, and then I'll turn it around and show you what I've done. Just going to nestle in this in. I don't know if you can see it very well or not, just to kind of brighten up that area there. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And like I said, I feel like we also are going to need some more of the boxwood, but I'm going to wait on that. I just doused myself with hot glue again. Trying to get it off my glue, off my Band-Aid here. Oh my goodness, what a mess I am. All right, I'm gonna put, I'm kind of flanking the peony over here with this. I'll show you what I did here. But that's the difference. I told you I just doused myself with some hot glue again, and that's the difference between working with the glue pot versus a glue gun. I mean, I'd be blistered as much glue as I got on myself just now, but even though it got my attention, I'm not going to blister. Okay, all right, so I'm just dropping it underneath these peonies here. I'm going to put another piece underneath the one here. I might have to go back in the back and get more. I thought that this was going to go a lot farther than it does, but I like it. Who all uses a glue pot versus a glue gun? And I use both, don't get me wrong. But for like this, what I'm doing right here, I try to use the glue pot. I used to go around with blisters all the time. I was a late adapter to the glue pot. They are a little bit messy, or can be, I should say. But it's been a lifesaver for me. I really like that. That is really pretty. Really pretty. I don't know why I waited so long to use it. The bubbles is what I'm talking about. The bubble spray. I like it a lot. I mean, what's not to like? It's glitter. And like I said, I will show you what I'm doing here in a second. I know you can't see. Okay. I just went right along the edge there. Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you for all the hearts. I really appreciate it. Okay. All right, now let's do I'm going to do the same thing over here. Let's see, I've got a piece there, piece there. I'm just trying to make sure that I got it relatively even side to side here. I think without it, it was going to be too dark. Where you really, the blueberries really kind of suck the light out of it. I think this brings the light back in. All right, let's see. We need some right here in the middle too. Like on either side here. That was my last piece. I still haven't even put any on the ends. Hi Kim and Lupe, how are you guys? Let's see, where did I just put that one? Put it here, so I'm going to put some up in here. I think I need one more bush. Okay, here's what I have so far. Like I said, I don't have any of that down in this area yet, so we definitely need some. So let me walk right behind the wall here and get a little bit of it. I'll be right back. Okay, this one I already had cut up a little bit, so I must have gone to use it and I changed my mind. So let me see if that's too big to put right here. Oh, I don't think so. I think it's perfect. So I'm just going to start putting some of this on the ends now too. Okay, come down here on the other end. I should have brought two of these. I didn't realize this one's already been cut up until I got back here. I don't know, it might be enough. Maybe. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you. That right there. This one might be too big. I'm going to tear this off. I'll save that for the middle. Right, I'll come right up in here. I can't get that to, what, took all my glue off of it. Hang on, re-glue it. Okay. All right, so I just put it on the ends. Okay. That's not even stuck in there. Let me get that in there better. No wonder it wouldn't stay where I wanted it. It wasn't even glued in. Okay. All right, now I'm just going to put a couple of touches right here in the center. Like nestle it down in here. Or maybe not, I don't know. I feel like I need a little bit of it. Let me see if I can find just a little piece. Okay. Okay, I think we're good on the glitter berry or glitter bubble or bubble glitter, whatever it is. Okay. All right, but it did really lighten it up and sparkled it up. Now I'm going to bring in just a little bit more of the boxwood. I've got this one stem left. I'm just going to cut this in half. We'll use that in the center there. Yeah. Okay, and I'll bring the other piece, point in the other direction over here. This one's just a little bit too long. Okay. All right, now we've got the rest of these leaves left over. We'll scatter those around just to kind of fill in some holes, and I think we're going to be done. I'm going to turn this around. It looks like I've got a little bit of a hole back here, which I do. So let's put this leaf right there. Okay. And again, I know you can't see this. I'll turn it around and show you what I did. Okay. I just placed a leaf underneath of this peony right here and then filled in that hole right there with the leaves. Okay? All right, let me look on this side. Got a couple of leaves left. I'm going to go right underneath of this peony that's on this side. Okay. All right. I think we're done. Let me zoom out here so you can see it. Still can't get that one to go over where I want him, but I'll keep working with that. I want it to be about right here. I have to put the or the hair dryer to it. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Kathy. Oh, thank you for the stars. I really appreciate it, Kathy. That means a lot to me. All right, I'm going to raise you guys up. Okay. All right, I think it turned out just exactly what I wanted. Like I said, there's just a little hint of the blue, you know, with a little bit of something unexpected. A big blue string here. And of course, I always go back and see if I've got any holes or anything else I might change. One thing I might do, I don't know if I will or not, I've got a little bit more of the blueberry left. I thought I might bring some sprigs pointing up through the center here, which actually I think I might do that now. No, I'll quit there. But I'm thinking maybe bring a few of these sprigs up in the center there, just to give it a little height. Since, you know, these are kind of wiry and gangly, I might do the same thing right here in the center. Or I might even bring these up a little bit higher. I don't know. Something. Okay. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Thank you guys so much. All right. All right, well, that's all I have for you today. And as always, thank you so much for being here and keeping me company and always showing up for me. I truly do appreciate it. I did put a link, if anybody's interested in purchasing, I did put a link in the comments that would take you to purchase this. As I said, I always come back and revisit it with a fresh eye, you know, correct anything that I think might need changed. Like I said, I feel like these need to come up just a little bit more. And I might even throw in those other blueberries. And but otherwise, I really like it. I think it really turned out the way I envisioned. You know, I was trying to make something that would work for winter time, but could also be used for Christmas. And I think with the sparkle that we added, those why can't I bubbles? I cannot think of the name of these for the life of me. But those little bubble sprays, I think those really did add a nice spark of color to it. So, oh, thank you, Sandra. Thank you guys so much. All right, I'm going to go back and see if I missed any questions, but I really appreciate you guys answering each other. That really helps a lot. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Oh, Terry, no, I've always, everything I make on my lives are always for sale. I did put a link in the comments here. It should be up at the top, that if anybody's interested in purchasing, then that'll take you right to where you can go to purchase it. So, okay. But yeah, it's for sale. Like I said, I'll be kind of tweaking it and making any changes that I think need to be made, but otherwise, I love it. I think it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay? All right. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and remember, if you or any of your family are in the line of all the damage that happened the other night, you are in our prayers, and I've been thinking of you guys often throughout the day. So